Hey, hello, and welcome to the channel. Okay, let's talk about power for a minute because I have two, um, I have technically two power stations, and I don't have any solar yet. And it's kind of ironic because the sun is shining right now as we speak. But the thing is, I had a lot of other things going on financially, um, so it was a moment in time when I said, you know what? Can I get solar right now? I had basically a choice between getting solar and getting a bigger battery bank, and I ended up going with that because it was on sale. But anyway, this is my EV70. I got this like 2 years ago, about 2 years ago, and it worked out for me pretty good because I was part-time when I first got on, when I first started van life. And right now I use that cord. Let's see, you see this cord right here? It basically plugs into my cigarette lighter in the back. I don't know if you see that little red dot there, but yeah, so basically that charges up. I use it, that white cord you see right there, that's one of my phone chargers, and it charges up my phone. I use that when my car's not running, and let's say I'm sitting for a while and I'm watching TV through my phone, and or let's say like I use it to plug in my clippers because I cut my own hair, and some other little things here and there that I use it for mainly. Now, that's fine for those things. Now, my big power station, I use that mostly because sometimes I'm back here watching TV with my actual big TV, and I use it to play my PlayStation, and I'm gonna probably use it for my fridge when I get a fridge. So I use it for my big things. But the problem is I don't have any solar. So let me see. I have a couple of ideas that I'm gonna do in the future. I'm gonna get solar, and I'm gonna get a DC to DC charger because Bluetti just came out with one called the Bluetti Charger 1, and I even figured out how to route it to my route it through my firewall so I can set that up. So that's definitely coming. That's going to be a future video. But for right now, I still need power. And I just wanted to just tell y'all, this might not be the solution for everybody, but this is what's going to work for me, because let me show you where my Bluetti is right now. As you can see, I'm at 39%. So there's a reason why I'm here, right? Well, you could probably tell, but I'm in a parking garage, right? And there's a lot of parking garages all over America and probably, Mexico. And the thing is, this parking garage right here was housed to the Bed Bath and Beyond. This one is completely out of business, and when that went out of business, they decided to not even service this elevator anymore. This elevator is completely out too. So there's some businesses in the back that still operate, but like some of these big stores are slowly going out of business, right? So what does that mean for me? Well, well, the thing is, there's outlets a lot of times in a lot of these parking garages. Some of them work and some of them don't. So I said to myself, well, you know what? Maybe there's a possibility that I can come here early in the morning, every once in a while, where there's hardly anything going on. As you can see, there's a couple of people that's going to Petco, but basically I don't have to fight over anything. I literally just have free range up here. So I wanted to test this outlet out just to see if it works. Now, if you ever test out an outlet in a parking garage, what I do is, this caution is because they repainted the lines in the parking lot. It has nothing to do with the actual outlet. So yeah. So anyway, what I recommend is two things that you should get. Two things that work for me mostly. what I did was I got one of these testers, right? Because I dabbled in electrical wiring a long time ago. I'm not gonna pretend to be an electrician, but I've learned a little bit to get by. Anyway, so what I do is, the first thing I do is I take this, and as long as these two dots light up, that means it's wired up correctly. So I just plug it in, and I recommend maybe some gloves too. Wait a minute, 1 second. Remember, I'm doing this one-handed. So, okay, so let's see. Give me a second. All right, I just plugged it in. Probably can't tell, but those two lights is on. But with the footage, I don't think you can tell. So I'm gonna unplug it just to show you reference of what it looks like when I unplug it. See, that's with it off, and that's when it on. See, so those two lights coming on is basically indicating that it's wired up correctly. You see at the bottom, the very bottom, it says correct with the two lights and this one not being on at all. So it's wired up correctly. So the good news is, great, it works. So the second thing I recommend is some type of surge protector. So sorry for the mess. I didn't get a chance to vacuum yet, but what I did was I went on Amazon, and it doesn't matter where you get it from. You can go to Home Depot, go to any store, and get one of these surge protector things. So if something goes wrong, it would trip this real quick. So now that I know that I can get power, I'm just gonna plug this in real quick. Again, it's kind of hard to do this with one hand, so I apologize. So let's see. Okay, so now I usually keep this off when I'm not using it, and then I just flip it on. See, as you can see, it's working perfectly fine. So now that I got power, there's two things that I can do. Right now, it's early in the morning, I'm a little cold, so I could just keep on running my car, but I have another solution. I'm gonna probably be parked here for a little while, right? So what I'm gonna do is, I did this on the Blue Eddy app before I started this video, and I basically set it up so it charges at silent mode. It ain't gonna be silent once matter of fact, wait a minute. Okay, so now, yeah, you don't realize how hard things are with one hand until you have to do it with one hand. So, turn this on. Now, it's gonna boot up. So now, I have power coming in. As you can see, that's the rate. Now, I could get this to charge way faster than this, but I have it charging slowly for a reason, and I'm gonna explain why. But first, let me see. Now what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my cord, move it over a little bit, okay, and as long as I got it correctly, I should be able to just close the door with no problem. Sometimes it gives me a little bit of a problem, but yeah, basically I'm adjusting it so you can just shut real quick. So now, let's see. May or may not work. And as you can see, my door is shut. I have a little bit of clearance here. There are times during the day when I grab a shopping cart from Target, because there's a Target like below us, like a few levels below us, and they happen to just be sitting up here. Sometimes I put a shopping cart right there and put it sideways so nobody can really see me as they passing by. And sometimes when it's warm enough, I actually open up this door all the way. I park in a way that, like, Yeah, so basically anybody from this side is not going to be able to see me, but it's kind of cold, so that defeats the purpose. So now let me just explain the reason why. I'm going to explain the reason why I set it up like this. Now, the reason why is because I have this heater right here, right? I have this heater, and it works really good, right? Really good. Let me get a little closer. It's just Amazon Basics heater, and sorry for the lighting, but I can put it in, it's off, put it in fan mode, heater mode, and heater 1, heater 2, you know. So basically, it's a heater, but it's also a fan too. So now, what I'm gonna do is, what I'm doing with my left hand right now, with my right hand, is I'm taking the cord and I'm putting it behind me to plug it in, just so I can plug it in real quick. Let's see. And like I said, my Blue Eddy is charging. It's just that when it's in silent mode, it really is silent. So, give me a second. You don't realize how hard it is to plug something in. Here we go. So now, as you can see, it's on now. Yeah, I try to keep warm. At the time of this video, this is November, and it's a little cold outside. It's a little cold. So let's see. I wish I could tell you how cold it is. Actually, you know what? I can tell you how cold it is. I can tell you what let me see, what my Apple Watch. Okay, so it's 45 degrees, you know, and this is the date and the time for which I'm recording this. So 45 degrees is not, I'm not gonna die, but you know. So basically, this is a choice that I make. Sometimes I have my Blue Eddy charging slower so I can turn my heater on. Because the thing is, I done tried to put this on, because on the Blue Eddy app, there's silent, there's standard, and there's turbo mode, right? And if I put it on, I try to put this on standard and plug in this heater, and it used too much electricity. It tripped my it tripped the extension cord back there. It tripped it. So it's good that it tripped that instead of tripping the outlet over there. And there's times when people are parked here during the day because of the shade, not because of the outlet, because of the shade. And I'm not sure if the video could pick this up, but there's another outlet right over there, and that one works as well. I try to keep records of the ones that work and the ones that don't work. And you see there's the Best Buy there in the background. That's actually connected to a parking garage too, and there are 2 outlets over there that actually works as well. And so what I do is I try to keep note of the outlets that kind of work, and the ones that do, great. So now my car is completely off, and but I'm still getting heat, and it's great. And there are times when I thought about, okay, well, you know what, I could get some type of cooking element. You can do that too, and you can start cooking. You can use an appliance that probably uses a lot of electricity, but you don't have to worry about draining your battery pack, because if you can find yourself some free power like I did, then you're fine. And there are times when I'm not gonna sit here for a long time. I'm probably gonna because I'm a gamer. I'm not gonna, so there are times when I'm playing the game back and forth with a couple of guys, and my battery's about to run dead. So So there are times when I literally just stick it right outside the window and I just plug right in, and without me, because I have it set up in a way now that I can just open my door all the way without no problem. So there's like this little gap here. That way I can just sit here for a while. But the other good thing about having 2 power stations, let me show you right now. Another thing that I do, since my small battery pack is completely charged for the most part, and my big one is, let's see, sorry. It's at 41 now. It's still charging pretty good. So, yeah. So basically, it's charging up really good, really good. Now, let me just show you this real quick. You see this cord right here? Well, you see that it's a cigarette lighter, and the other side is what I use for the Blue Eddy. So there are times when I'm playing a game back and forth, or there are times when I simply can't get power up here because, so, believe it or not, some people are parked at both of these parking spots, and over there, I can get power over there. It's just that it makes it, I'm in an area where it seems like it's a more obvious. So in situations like that, what I could do is, I love this cord because in case anybody didn't know this, you can charge a battery pack with another battery pack. I mean, it's kind of ironic. I mean, not everybody knows this, but basically I can take this, and I can just plug it in. And now, as long as the DC button is on, I can plug it in right here. I can plug it in right here, and I can, and the small Blue Eddy would start charging the big Blue Eddy. So yeah, so I just keep that unplugged. So the times when I need it. So there are times when I can go like an additional maybe 2 hours of using this normally, without even plugging it into shore power. So anyway, so like I said, and there are times when I get kind of warm enough in the van, and I say, okay, I'm at levels now that it's kind of like tolerable. So when that happens, I can actually just turn off the heater, and then I can switch it to the turbo mode, so I can charge 3 times as fast. Make sure I charge it completely all the way up, and then I'm good. And then once I get to that point, then I can unplug some of the things that I have in my Blue Eddy here, like my TV and my game, and I can just plug it right in to this shore power. And then after that, I can just sit back here and I can just watch TV for a while. Most people don't even care that I'm even here. Most people don't. And there's people that like clean up the parking lot, and I say hi to them every day. And I learned a trick with them, because for them to not to report me or anything, I've found out a little trick. Because this is a guy that comes up here, and he's kind of like a bird guy. He loves birds, and he found out that the lady that sweeps up the parking garage, she loves birds too. So every time she looks over, like, hey, what is this guy doing over here plugged into the wall? A couple of times I waved to it, I said hi, and then he said, and he gave me a trick. He said, you know what? Why don't you just buy some bird food, right? And just keep it in your car and wait until the next time you see it. Because she doesn't speak that much English, but she will still say, hi, how you doing, everything, even if she doesn't know you. But if she sees you feeding the birds, right? She'll probably, and she sees that you're not leaving a mess, she would always say hi to you. She'll never complain to you about sitting here using the power. So I said, okay, so I'm gonna do that, and I did it, and it works. And now she just waves to me, you know, she just says buenos dias, and I say hey, and that's it. She leaves me alone because I fed the birds like 2 times, I think. So anyway, back to the topic at hand. I got plenty of power, like I said, and like I said, let me show you again with this what this is right here. It doesn't matter what brand you get. And yeah, so yep. Doesn't matter what brand you get, but like I said, you just want to be safe. You don't want to, you want to get power, but you don't want to damage your electronics or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So anyway, hopefully this video was helpful for you. And let me see. The real question is, will I still come to places like this when I have solar and when I have that DC to DC charger and it, let's say like in the future it is working correctly? I think I still might. I might not come here for the charge up the Blue Eddies, but that heater over here still uses a lot of electricity. So I might use it for that reason. So I mean, there are some other van lifers that would probably let me hit this button real quick. They drill a hole somewhere in a van, and I really don't want to do that. Maybe if I had a different type of van, I probably would, but I really don't want to mess it up. So I'm just gonna to me, as you can see, I just shut the door and it's in there. You see, it's in there. It's fine. So anybody who thinks that they have to drill a hole, you don't have to do that. So unless you choose to, because they basically set up a shore power thing there, and it's somewhere in the back, usually on the opposite side of where the fuel tank is, I believe. But I might do that in a van in the future or something like that. But in a minivan like this, I'm not going to do it. I want to make this look as normal as a normal van as possible. So anyway, thanks again for visiting my channel, and you enjoy the rest of your day. All right, bye.